think is the best team in the NFL? I'm going to break down my power rankings 32-1 with lots of hinges still to occur. But right now, who do you believe is the number one team in the NFL? This is the pinned comment on today's show, so head down there and let me know. Tom Downey for Chat Sports, here to break down my NFL power rankings. We'll do these every single week of the NFL season. We'll do it AP poll style from across the Chat Sports staff. But for this week only, it's my turn. I think more so than most years, the tier breaks are a lot more muddled. There are some clear-cut contenders and non-contenders, but even number 32, I'm not that sure. I went with the Houston Texans. In the end, I went with Vegas probably knows. They have the number one odds to be the number one overall pick. They are rebuilding. Got some nice pieces. If you told me Houston won 6 games, I went, okay, sure. Told me that they won 2 games, I went, yeah, I buy that as well. I don't believe in a lot of their front office members and coaching staff members for now. Speaking of rebuilds, the Falcons went from Matt Ryan, Deshaun Watson. Oh, we are rebuilding. Now, I am excited to see Desmond Ridder at some point this year, but I think the expectations for the Falcons should be, we might be a top 5 drafting team again this year. Seattle Seahawks, they are lower on this list than their roster says they are because they're starting Geno Smith and Drew Lock at quarterback. The Tank Commanders themselves, I think it's a 1-year reset for Seattle, get a new QB in, and go try to make some noise next year. The Jets at number 29, and I really want to believe in Zach Wilson. Now he's banged up again. A lot of good key supporting pieces there. The Jets check in for me at number 29 again. 32 to 26-ish, 25-ish. Not that much of a gap. The Giants at 28. Again, this is a team kind of in the midst of a rebuild. Daniel Jones is not that guy. I will say this, though. Positive sign. I'll try to be positive today despite being the lowly teams here. I think Brian Daboll is the right guy for this team long-term at head coach. The Bears have something like 19 players still on last year's roster. That's a rebuild, fellas. You are blowing it up with Justin Fields this year. This might be too high for them, but I believe in Fields. I believe in Matt Eberflus. There's some good defensive pieces. The Bears are not a real contender. They are number 27 on my list. 26, Carolina. I want to believe in Baker Mayfield so bad. I don't believe that much in Matt Rule. The O-line still worries me. In the NFC, they could be a sneaky wild card pick, but that's really only because it's the NFC. The Lions then are number 25 on my list, and I like Dan Campbell a lot. I am hyped for him long term, but I'm also just not really sure they are ready yet. They are also still in the midst of a rebuild process. I believe Jacksonville will be better this year, and there's nowhere to go but up, which we also said last year. But I think Doug Peterson is a way better coach, low bar I know, than Urban Meyer. But all these teams, 32 to 24, be patient. I think all of them are just clear-cut, not legitimate title contenders. Jags had the number 1 pick back-to-back years. I think that changes this year. Who do you think ends up with that number 1 overall pick? Let me know in the comments section. The Commanders at number 23 of Washington. The Commies, as I like to jokingly but not really call them. I don't believe in Carson Wentz. The team is not terrible, but this is kind of the I don't trust something significant about your organization tier. Commanders at 23. Pittsburgh at 22. I don't trust their quarterback room yet. The defense is awesome. The quarterback room is, not so much. Trubisky is a backup. Pickett will be the guy eventually, but he's not there yet. The Patriots down at 21, and I am worried about discounting Bill Belichick. Don't get me wrong, he's the GOAT among coaches. What are they doing on offense? Every move they've made, I've gone, that's kind of weird. You're going to let Joe Judge and Matt Patricia be your coordinators, play callers on offense without the title? I don't get it at all for New England, so I am worried it's going to be a bit of a disaster year for the Patriots. Now, producer Jack's favorite team, it is New England. Even he's worried about what the hell they're doing out there. Shout out your favorite team for me in the comments section right now. The Browns at 20 with Deshaun Watson, Mr. Massage Guy. They would be higher if Watson wasn't missing 11 games. Because of that, they slide down pretty significantly. This next tier, by the way, the 20s to about the 10-ish range somewhere, they could be a playoff team. It also wouldn't shock me if they missed the playoffs altogether. That's how big that tier is for me. The Dolphins at 19. I wish they were in the NFC. I believe in Tua. The AFC being so talented makes it tougher on them, and I am very curious how the defense fares without Flores. I know the new regime, which is the same coaches on the defense side of the ball outside of Flores, is the same, but it was still Flores' scheme, so I'm curious how it looks. Minnesota, number 18, the Vikings. I think they make the playoffs as a wild card team, in all seriousness, in the NFC, or at least will push for one of those wild card spots, along with the Saints at 17. New regime for Minnesota, a new regime for the Saints, too. I will say this. They should have been playoffs last year in New Orleans if Winston had been healthy, but now Sean Payton's gone. I think around league average is about right for them. I had no idea where to put Arizona. What a wild and bonkers offseason this has been for them. You pay Kyler Murray after leaking that you're upset with the way he handles himself and he was pouty and whatnot. He was Moody Murray. Then you put in the study clause and then take it away when he threw a hissy fit to lose your leverage. The stuff that is, and then your head coach goes, I don't even know, it's not easy to call plays. Like, it is wild, the stuff that Arizona has said. The defense, I don't know how Vance Joseph makes it worse. He does a fantastic job. I don't trust Arizona, but they have talent. So are they the number 5 seed? Do they collapse? I don't know. I put them right at league average for that reason. They're an ultimate wild card team for me this year. Now, we are available on Rumble beyond just YouTube. In fact, this video first aired live on Rumble. Make sure you follow us for free, uncensored content, rumble.com/NFL Daily. And we're also available on YouTube. Wherever you're watching, make sure you are subscribed or following us, youtube.com/chatsportstv, rumble.com/NFL Daily. The Colts at 15. I like Matt Ryan. He is a better QB than Carson Wentz, make no mistake about it. I think adding Ryan will give that team a real chance to upset Tennessee, who is still ahead of them. First, though, the Raiders. They are blowing up the roster like they were a rebuilding team. Like, they have dumped so many of the Gruden-Mayock picks, and you trade away Yannick Ngakoue, which is fine. You got Rocky Sin, you had Chandler Jones. I like this team. I will also make this note. Outside of kind of Tennessee, which isn't really the full-fledged system, the Patriot way has never worked outside of New England. It worked for a little bit in Miami, kind of, but then Flores is gone now. So it has never consistently worked. That is a red flag for me in Vegas, but talent-wise, they're at least a top half NFL team. Tennessee, number 13. They were the number 1 seed in the AFC last year, and nobody believed in them because, well, we saw why in the playoffs. I need more from Ryan Tannehill. That is a big red flag for me. So, too, is a not great offensive line. Number 12, the Niners. I am willing to risk it all for Trey Lance. I would not have brought back Jimmy Garoppolo because that adds some weird just messaging and optics to your quarterback room that I don't like that much. The Niners have talent. If Lance is good, this will be way too low. But that uncertainty kept them just outside my top 10. Do you believe in Trey Lance? I'm going to risk it all. I say yes, but I understand if you say no since he hasn't played very much and he's raw and all that good stuff. Let me know in the comments. Y for yes, N for no. If we exclude the quarterback spot, Philadelphia has maybe the best roster in the entire NFL. Yeah, they're that good. They are loaded offensively and defensively. But there is quarterback uncertainty. Philly checks in at number 11. From about number, like I said, 20 to number 10, honestly, order them how you want. I get it if you don't buy the Cowboys. I really do. I'm putting my faith in the most proven quarterback on this list from 20 to number 10. Outside of, no, not on the list. Sorry, Deshaun, but, he got off-field stuff there. He's the most proven QB. But the O-line's bad. Dallas will either make the playoffs or Mike McCarthy's fired. So 10 to 20, change order if you want. It's all chaos for me. Into number 9, and these are my these guys are real clear-cut Super Bowl contenders, barring injuries or something shocking. Denver's at number 9. It's a good roster. You add Russell Wilson, they should make some noise in the loaded AFC West. The Ravens, remember injuries, killed them last year. They've got so much talent. They just could not, for the life of them, stay healthy last year. Hopefully that changes this season. Now, the Chargers last year did not make the postseason, but they were ultra-aggressive in the offseason, kind of like that other LA team has been. They have a fantastic young quarterback. The Chargers need to take the step forward. They haven't shown it yet, but their talent is up there to be a borderline top 5 team. The AFC West is so freaking loaded this year. It is insane. Who do you have winning it? LV for the Raiders, KC for the Chiefs, LAC for the Chargers, or DEN for the Broncos. The Bengals are number 6, and they made that magical run last year. Because remember, folks, the Bengals almost lost to the Raiders in the wild card round, and the Rams had some playoff issues against the Niners, almost lost to the Cowboys. If you made the playoffs last year outside of Pittsburgh and Philly, you had a very real shot of making that run. That's why that top 12 are all real contenders. Top 9 are all real contenders for me. The Bengals should be good again. I wish they were a little bit more aggressive this offseason. The Packers at number 5, Green Bay. I wish the receiving core was better. I trust Rodgers. I trust the coaching staff, the defense. They check in at number 5. Number 4, and I feel pretty good about my 4, at least the top 4. Ordering can be argued, I guess. The Chiefs. They're still good. For Mahomes was figured out, he was a top 5, top 10 QB still. So, yes, he wasn't football Jesus anymore, but he was still really good. They are dangerous again. If Tampa and the offensive line doesn't let Tom Brady get killed, they're going to be dangerous once again. So the Bucs check in for me at number 3. The Bills are at number 2, the heavy betting favorite. My best team in the AFC. They had the 2 spot, but they were not number 1 for me because the Rams won the title. And I am a big believer, until you get knocked off the crown, you are the number 1 team. Now, repeating, as we all know, is super hard to do. I don't think the Rams will repeat, but they won the title last year. I want to give them the respect they are due as the reigning champs, even if it was one iffy penalty call away from the Bengals winning. But Rams won it, and they earned that respect. So what do you think? Is the percent chance the Rams repeat as Super Bowl champs? Let me know in the comments section.